Also, in the previous video, we have displayed our literal string here. Any string that is between these two quotation here is called literal string. Now we have learned the basic structure of C#, and looking here we have using system, because we are importing from the systems all the goodness of the systems, that the system, which is the system of the computer, which is the main system of the C#, has created all these wonderful algorithms program for us. So we have created our namespace, we have declared our class, and here we have declared our main method, which is the executable part of the C#. So now we're gonna further enhance our program. So how about if we get the, say, user's detail, and we're gonna display the details. Say for example, if we get the user's first name or last name, or if we get for example user's date of birth. So what we're gonna do here, we can put a hi. We can display say for example what is your name, for example. So, and the next one is that how we're gonna read, how we should be able to read this, whatever the user is gonna put it here. For that one, we need to create something called variable. So we put a variable. And what is a variable? Variable space is in memory. We're going to create some sort of space in memory. And what is the user is going to put? For example, the user is going to put a ABC, or the user is going to put a 1 2 3. So when the user is going to make ABC, it means we're going to put a string, because the user is going to put a ABC. It's not going to, the name is not going to be like 1 2 3 or 1000 1001 or something like that. So it has to be string. So, and what is your say name? We're gonna put a, for example, name, for example. And then after that, what's gonna happen? We're gonna put a console, because when the console is gonna put a, whatever the user is gonna put in a console, so we have to put a console dot, and then we're gonna put a read line, read, and we're gonna put a line. How cool is this? So on top we put a console dot a write line, because the console gonna output this one, but here we put a console dot read line. Alright, so now if you guys look at here, we have a name here, which is our variable. And now here, if you look in here, class system dot console, because represents the standard input, output, and error streams for console application, this class cannot be inherited. So you cannot inherit this one. And if you further look here, it says reads the next line of character from the standard input stream. So we have outputted console dot write line, and now we have learned console dot read line. And the next one is going to be console dot write line. We put a console and dot put a write line, and here we need to put something here in double quotation, and we put a, say for example, good morning, and then you guys need to put a space, then we put a plus, and we put a name here, this guy is here. So this is concatenation operator, just like Java and C++. We have a plus here because C# is written into the C++. So that's how you guys need to follow this convention of plus. Alright, so now we need to put a little bit closer, press Control S, and we're going to run our program. So if you look in here, the first project, we press enter, and C# is going to come into action, and we're going to read whatever we put code here. So what is our code? While the program is running, I'm going to explain again. We're going to put something just like in the previous video. We're going to put something on the screen, and here we are putting variable. So what's a name? What's a variable for the name? For example, now we know that the name is not going to start, say 1 2 3 or 1000. The name is going to be like ABC, any character of the ABC. So that's why we put a string. And now here is a name, and console.read line. So console.write line, we say good morning or good afternoon or good evening plus name plus this variable here, because we getting from the user. Whatever we get from the user, we're going to store it here in the name. So here now names have all these strings, whatever strings you guys could put, and now after that we're gonna say display that one. So we're gonna see that one in our program shortly. Alright, so it says our program has started, and it says what is your name. So we put a, for example, we put a Yazdani. You can put your own name. I put Yazdani. So when you guys press enter, it says good morning Yazdani. So look in here, how cool is this? So this is our first program that we have outputted with the right line. We are asking the user for prompt, what is your name? And we then C# waits for the user to put Yazdani. So now we have put this guy here, this literal string. So you guys put this one here, string, and now this one read line puts it here inside this name. So here now this outputs plus Yazdani. So you put a good morning plus whatever name you guys can. You can put your own name. You can put a John, Peter, Michael, whatever you guys want to put. You can put a Donald Trump, Joe Biden. There are so many names in the world. So whatever is your good name, you can put your name. So the mechanics of this one is here, like a structure is that we have displayed prompted our we are asking the user to put the name, and while we are waiting for the user to put something here. So once the user puts it here, then we're going to display, and here we're going to concatenate this one, and we're going to output it on the console. So I'm going to explain again. There are a lot of things here to learn. So the first one is that namespace. The second one is that we have declared our class. This guy is here, public is access modifiers. This means that we have a public, private, and protected, and we're going to discuss that in future video. Now we have a static here, we have a void, and we have a main, because this is the main entry point of the C++ of the C#. So here now we're gonna put it here console.writeLine. It means we're gonna display something on the screen. So now look here, we have two sideways lines here. This means this is a comment. This is a comment that C# is gonna just ignore this one. Whatever you guys gonna put it here, C# is just gonna ignore this one. Through this one we read whatever the user is gonna put it here. We're gonna store here. This is a data type. We have a string, we have a float, we have an int, we have so many data types, we have a double, and that's our data type is going to come here, because as I said, C# is a statically typed language. You guys need to declare data types with your variables, and here we just output to our whatever we put on the screen. This plus is concatenation, and concatenation plus the variable name. You can put it here because C++ is going to store some values here in the computer memory, and it's going to display here. And keep in mind, we have used the camel case here. So what is camel case? This is a camel case. Looks like a camel. The first one is upper, or sometime you're going to see a lower, and the next one then you're going to see this way. But keep in mind, so I'm going to put the multi-line comment as well in this video. If you put the star, and if you put the press enter, C# is going to add by itself the rest. This is very good for documentation purposes. If you guys want to read a lot of line, say for example we have a camel case. This is a camel case, and the next one we have a snake case. Snake case. Alright, so when you see something like this, camel case, and when you see something like this, all lowercase, plus it has some sort of here some sort of bridge here, it means it's snake case. But when you have say upper like this here, all the words starts with upper, then something like this is called camel case. Say for example we put this is very long sentence. This is a very long sentence. And you guys, why we do this one? Because for readability purposes. Now this one is easier to read, and whoever looks our program, they're going to figure out what we mean here. But if you put the same sentence, like very complicated, this is a very long sentence, put this is very long sentence. Now if you look in here, this is not a very good idea of readability. Anyone is looking at your program, they're gonna scratch their heads what it means. So it's going to take longer time to read, and this takes a very less time to read. This is almost like very visible to your eyes, because all the beginning of every word is has an upper character, but this is very hard to read. So this is called camel case. But when we come to snake case, it's also very usable. Say for example, we put a cryowood and we put a channel, for example. You guys gonna see that one in a lot of emails. You guys see this one all the time. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Cryowood. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.